Assalamu alaikum and hi everyone. So good morning. We're going today in this new series of lessons for the course of written expression for second year LMD level. So today we'll start inshallah our first lesson, right, concerning the syllabus of second year written expression. As you know, the syllabus is concerned mainly with two major axes, which are first sentence errors, number one, right, and also types of paragraphs or different patterns of organization. Clear? Now, in this video, we start with the first lesson, which is included within our first part, which is the faulty sentences or sentence errors. Sentence errors. We'll see different types of errors that might occur at the level of the English sentence, and the students also may make these errors and mistakes. So we try to identify them and also learn how to rectify and correct these sentence errors, because the sentence, as you know, is the fundamental unit in the English written text. The English written text. So, our first lesson today is about the first sentence error or type of faulty sentence, which is fragmented sentences or fragments. Fragments. Right, fragments. Now, first we need to have an idea about what a sentence is in English. Now, as you know, and as you have learned before in the first year, that the English sentence is a group of related words. Which expresses a complete thought or idea. Right? Thought or idea. Now, this group consists of two major parts, which are the subject and the predicate or the verb. So we can say the sentence in English is a group of related words which consists mainly of the subject and the predicate, and it expresses a complete idea or thought. You see, so here I have three criteria: subject, predicate, verb, whether simple or more than verb in the compound predicate, and also it must express a complete idea and thought. Now, if one of these criteria is missing, here we have what we call a fragment, the fragment, or a fragmented sentence. So, simply we say a fragment is a group of words which looks like a sentence, but they are not a sentence, because, right, it lacks either a subject or a predicate, right, or both, subject and predicate, or also it contains subject and predicate, but it does not express a complete idea. It means it is incomplete in meaning. So, as you see here, we have four major cases for the fragment. Group of words without subject, group of words without predicate or verb, group of words without both neither subject nor predicate or verb, and a group of words with subject and verb but without expressing a complete idea. Okay, it's incomplete in meaning. Good. Now let's illustrate for the first type of fragments. When we have a fragment, a group of words without subject. For example, I have start after the holiday. Start after the holiday. here we have this group of words without what? Without a subject. Without a subject. That's why we call it a fragment. We call it a fragment. Whether it comes now like this, or whether it is put right in a sentence. For example, I say, no one attending classes, no one attending classes, full stop, start after the holiday. Start after the holiday. Here we have a full stop, and the second one is lacking what? Is lacking subject. Unlike the first one, it is complete in many. Clear? Good. Another example. Example, I can say the team was great in the match. Was great in the match. Full stop. Played the match very well. Full stop. Played the match very well. Here I have second part, as you see it. Played the match without a subject. This second one is a fragment. Fragment without a subject. Second case, when we have a group of related words without a verb, without a predicate. Okay, predicate, without a predicate, or a verb, you can say, or a verb. For example, I can say, some students in the class. Some students in the class. Right, in the class. Now here, I have subject, I have the other parts, but I don't have a verb. Don't have a verb. So the right and the correct form for this fragment is, here I can add a verb and write students are in the class, or I can also add a verb and other words. For example, I say students in the class study together. Study together. Clear? Together. Another example with a fragment without a verb. Many adds harmful to children. Many adds harmful to children. Right. So here it lacks a verb. So I can write many ads are harmful to children. Right. Or if it comes in a sentence, for example, we will find ads are two-edged sword or double-edged sword, full stop. Many ads harmful to children. So here, second part is a fragment without a verb. Without a verb also, we need to add to it what? We add to it verb, right, or many other words also, if you can say, if you can, to make our sentence complete and coherent, not fragment. We can say here ads are double-edged sword, right? And many ads are harmful to children. Are harmful to children. So here we added the verb to correct our fragment. Next case is the case of, or third case, case of fragment without neither a subject nor a verb. Nor a verb. For example, here we have the children are in the stadium, full stop, watching the match. Children are in the stadium, full stop, watching the match. So here I have watching the match without either a subject nor a verb. So I'll correct it by joining it to the main clause, first sentence, and by adding to it also subject and verb. I need the essential elements it needs. And I say, children are in the stadium, clear, comma, and they are watching the match. And they are watching the match. They are watching the match. Also, when it's allowed, watching the match, you can say, they are watching the match. They are watching the match. Now, fourth case is when I have a group of words which contains the subject and the predicate, but it is incomplete in meaning. It needs completion. There is something missing in its meaning. Right, its meaning. So, this case is related to mainly the subordinate clauses. Subordinate clauses, I mean the clause which starts either with a conjunction of subordination, clear, or relative pronoun. So these are always, fragments. Fragments, when they come along, they are always fragments. That's why they depend. They are called dependent clauses, and they depend on their meaning, right, or in their meaning on an independent clause. For example, when I say, although he was ill, and full stop. So here, it's incomplete. We must continue. Right. So to write it here, to write this one, I should add to it other words, clear, other words, and I write, although he was ill, comma, he went to work. Clear, he went to work. Or also in case I find it in a sentence separate from the independent clause, I must join them together. For example, I write or I find he didn't go to work, full stop, because he was ill. Because he was ill. Be here capitalized. So here, this subordinate clause, it never stands alone in the English sentence. So I must remove the full stop and write because in the lowercase form without the capital letter and directly join them to form one sentence. One sentence. He didn't go to work because he was ill. He was ill. Clear? Also, second case with incomplete meaning for the fragment. We have the case of the relative clause, a clause which starts with relative pronoun, who, which, whose, that, whom, and so on, or also relative adverb like when and where. When and where. Example, the girl who lives next door, full stop. So here also something is missing. It's a fragment. It's incomplete in meaning. Right. So here I must what? Add more words, right, to complete this fragment and make it a complete sentence. For example, the girl who lives next door is my neighbor. Is my neighbor. Right. Or in case you find it in a sentence, for example, my parents sold the car which, full stop, which I like. My parents sold the car, full stop, which I like. Here I have which I like in English. This dependent clause which starts with relative pronoun in English, it can never stand alone. Clear? It can never stand alone. So we incorporate it, join it to the independent clause to form one complete sentence and to correct this fragment. And when we write, my parents sold the car which I like. We remove the full stop and also we remove the capital letter of which and replace it with a lowercase w, which common. Clear? W common. Right. Or in case, sometimes you can put a comma here, to join to the non-restrictive clause to the rest of the sentence. Right. of the sentence. So usually when we speak about fragments with incomplete meaning, although they contain subject and predicate, here we are speaking with dependent clauses which start with a conjunction of subordination, mostly and usually, and also relative pronoun or adverb, clear, or adverb, right, or adverb, in most cases. Good. So these are the major points about the first part of our lesson, fragments. It's a very fragmented and wide lesson with a lot of cases and a lot of possibilities for many types of fragments. We'll try to cover them step by step through a series of lessons, short lessons, to make you understand them well. Now, for the time being, that's enough for today. Next time, inshallah, we will try to see other types of fragments in the English sentence. So thank you so much and see you then.